Hello, everyone. Today's devotional reading will be from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verses 1 through 5, where it is written, One Sabbath, while Jesus was going through the grain fields, his disciples plucked some heads of grain, rubbed them in their hands, and ate them. But some of the Pharisees said, Why are you doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath? And Jesus answered, Have you not read what David did when he and his companions were hungry? He entered the house of God and took and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for any but the priest to eat, and gave some to his companions. Then he said to them, The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. This is the gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, O Christ. The bread of the presence. It's very powerful. What is it? In the temple, you took some bread, offered it to God. That's one of the first things you did. From there, the temple service went on. And then when it was over, the priest could take the bread, which was in God's presence, then eat of it. A foreshadow of the Holy Eucharist. We bring bread before God's presence, we lift up to God, and then we eat it. So it's no longer bread. It wasn't just bread in the bread of the presence. It was holy bread that God had blessed. And now here, it's a foreshadow. What we eat isn't bread. It's the very flesh of the Lord. That foreshadow was there in the Old Testament. David and his companions had no right to eat it by the law of Moses, but they ate it, and nothing happened to them. Similar to us here, we have no right to have any real communion with Jesus Christ. We are sinners, and we are not worthy. But by his grace and mercy, which we do not earn, we come and partake of him anyway. And it's for our own salvation. Just as the bread preserved David's physical life, so the Lord in his flesh and blood preserves us in our spiritual life. Now, it shouldn't be allowed. We should be cast out of God's presence. And the Pharisees missed this. They're saying, your guys did this. They took a thing and ate it. How dare they? Jesus is like, you're missing the point. David technically broke the rules and was fine. A foreshadow, as I'm breaking the rules, or at least I'm breaking common sense. You come partake of me, though you're not worthy. And Jesus is clear. It's not about rules. It's about truly following the Lord. The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. The Son of Man, Jesus himself, wrote the Old Testament law and do with it what he wishes. Proof that he's God. And so he takes the Old Testament law and from the Sermon of the Mount makes it even better, more intense. For when we read the Sermon on the Mount, we see how unworthy we really are and realize we're totally dependent on him and his mercy. And there's comfort in that. It's not about if you have enough positive things and you have enough positive things going in your favor and too few bad things, you'll be fine. Jesus says, I love you, I forgive you, and that's it. And that's our comfort. For we partake of him, and he's got us. Let us close with prayer. Lord, though we're not worthy, call us. God, help us to be humble, partake of you, and be transformed by you. Amen.